My niece sent my husband fake divorce texts from my phone while I was sleeping at my sister's house. He drove 3 hours in the middle of the night, thinking our marriage was over. When I found out who did it, my sister said I was overreacting. My husband Kevin and I have been married for 7 years. We don't fight, we communicate. We're the couple people call boring because we never have drama. I liked it that way. My sister Danielle has a 17-year-old daughter named Kaylee. Kaylee has always been difficult, spoiled since birth, gets everything she wants, throws tantrums when she doesn't. Danielle calls her spirited. I call her a problem waiting to happen. Last month, Danielle invited me to stay the weekend. Girls trip, she said. Wine, movies, catching up. Kevin encouraged me to go. I drove 4 hours to Danielle's place Friday afternoon. Nice dinner, movie, too much wine. I passed out on the guest bed around 11 p.m. with my phone charging on the nightstand. I didn't lock it. I never lock it at family houses. I woke up at 7 a.m. to 34 missed calls from Kevin. His last text said, "I'm outside. We need to talk." I looked out the window. His car was in the driveway. He'd driven 3 hours in the middle of the night. I ran downstairs. He was sitting on the porch with red eyes, like he hadn't slept, like he'd been crying. "Kevin, what's wrong?" He handed me his phone without saying anything. Text messages from me, sent at 2:47 a.m. "I don't love you anymore. I want a divorce. Don't contact me. I'll have my lawyer reach out Monday." Another at 2:52 a.m. "I've been unhappy for years. I stayed because it was easier, but I can't pretend anymore. It's over." Another at 2:58 a.m. "Please don't make this harder than it has to be. Just accept it and move on." My stomach dropped. "Kevin, I didn't send these. They came from your phone. I was asleep. I passed out at 11. He stared at me, wanted to believe me but couldn't understand how else these messages existed. I grabbed my phone. There they were. Sent messages I never typed. 3 messages that almost destroyed my marriage while I was unconscious. Someone used my phone. We both looked at the house at the same time. Kaylee was standing in the kitchen window watching us. She turned away when she saw us looking. I walked inside. Danielle was making coffee like nothing was wrong. "Good morning. Want breakfast? Where's Kaylee?" "Still in bed, I think." "Why?" "She's in the kitchen, and she just watched me and Kevin through the window." Danielle frowned. "So? Someone sent Kevin divorce texts from my phone at 3 a.m. I was asleep. Kaylee wasn't." Danielle's face changed, just for a second. Then she laughed. "You think Kaylee did that? She's 17. Why would she care about your marriage?" I walked to the kitchen. Kaylee was eating cereal, scrolling her phone. Too casual. "Kaylee, did you touch my phone last night?" She didn't look up. "No. Someone sent text to my husband while I was sleeping. Wasn't me. Look at me." She finally looked up. That smirk. That little smile she does when she knows she's gotten away with something. "My husband drove 3 hours thinking I was divorcing him. He's been crying. He didn't sleep." She shrugged. "Sounds like a him problem." Kevin walked in behind me. "Show me your phone, Kaylee." "No. Show me your phone or I'm calling the police for harassment." Danielle rushed in. "You're not calling the police on my daughter." Kaylee rolled her eyes. "Fine. I did it. It was a prank. You're all so dramatic." Kevin's voice was quiet. "A prank?" "Yeah. I wanted to see what would happen. I didn't think he'd actually drive here. That's kind of psycho, honestly. I've never wanted to hit a child before. Why would you do this?" She put down her spoon. "Because you two are annoying. Always happy. Always perfect. It's fake. Nobody's actually that in love. I wanted to see what would happen if your little fantasy fell apart." Danielle stepped in front of her daughter. She said she's sorry. It was a bad joke. Let's move on. She didn't say sorry. She called my husband psycho for caring about our marriage. She's 17. She doesn't understand consequences yet. She's old enough to drive. She's old enough to understand that actions have consequences. I looked at my sister. "You're not going to punish her? She'll be grounded for a week. No phone. Your daughter almost ended my marriage for entertainment. A week without her phone isn't consequences." Danielle crossed her arms. "What do you want me to do? Send her to jail? I want you to be a parent. I want you to acknowledge what she did was cruel. You're overreacting. Your marriage is fine. Kevin's here. No harm done. No harm done." My husband cried. Drove 3 hours thinking his life was falling apart. Sat on that porch believing I'd thrown away 7 years in a text message. And no harm done. I grabbed my bag. "Kevin, let's go." We left. I haven't spoken to Danielle since. She's texted 9 times saying I'm dramatic. Kaylee posted online about family members who can't take jokes. My mother called asking me to apologize for making Thanksgiving awkward. I told her I wouldn't be there. Kevin and I are okay. We talked the whole drive home. He admitted he almost didn't come. Almost just accepted it. That's what scares me most. 3 text messages almost convinced him everything we built was a lie. Kaylee thought it was funny. Danielle thinks I'm overreacting. But I saw my husband's face that morning. I saw what those words did to him. Some pranks aren't pranks. They're tests to see how much damage a person can cause. Kaylee passed that test. And I'm done being her practice target.